Remember that time you rode Disney World's best coaster?
Today we are talking about one of my favorite parts of Disney World, which are roller coasters.
Rock and roller coaster, Expedition Everest, Space Mountain, and we're talking about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
5! Rock and Roller Coaster is an Aerosmith themed ride. 5!
Located in Hollywood Studios.
3!
It is in the section known as Sunset Boulevard.
2!
It's where you drive on a high-speed limousine to ensure that you make it to the Aerosmith concert in time.
1!
Hands up! Whoa!
And in case you're like, hey, Aerosmith's been out of style for a hot minute, this ride's been around for a bit.
Rock and Roller Coaster takes you on a sweet tour of G-Force Records. This is a fictional record studio where bands like Aerosmith record their hit albums.
Well, you, for some reason, show up in Aerosmith's studio. Why are we there?
Because you've been invited to sit in on a recording session with none other than Aerosmith.
And then their manager comes in and she goes, hey, hey, hey. And they go, what's the hey, hey? And she goes, you guys are supposed to be at the show. And they say, we'd like to introduce our lovely manager. Yeah, she's not normally like this. She's usually worse.
Boy, does she deserve a lot more praise than she gets to be able to, A, facilitate that limousine arriving on time for all these people,
She seems like very organized.
and B, getting us there to see, albeit the tail end of the concert, still being able to see a concert.
I want to be her. I feel like I am her. She's got Monica from Friends energy.
She's the real hero.
Hey, Chris, could you grab my black Les Paul? And then you go out into the alley and you see the Rock and Roller Coaster limos and you see them going 0 to almost 60 miles an hour in 2.8 seconds. And it literally is like, zoom.
It really gets your heart going. And I brought my daughter, who's 7 years old, on it recently for the first time. It's the only time she's ridden it. And she was really proud to get to ride it. But boy, you walk in that room and you're like, whoa, that goes really fast.
The very beginning of the ride is, spoiler alert, the best part.
Besides dropping on Tower of Terror, that's probably the most exciting movement that will happen in Disney World.
My parents say when you get older, rides hit a little different. And I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna rock out, I'm gonna ride forever. And let me tell you something, no, it hits different.
The launch is a really cool piece of ride technology that we don't talk about enough. You're slingshotted, folks. That little drop there as your final, as Steven Tyler's, all right, get ready, folks. As you're about to be launched, that's you locking into your slingshot.
But my favorite one is when they play Love in an Elevator.
Loving an elevator, living it up by going down.
Because they redid it to be Love in a Roller Coaster.
Love in a roller coaster.
That is so funny and punny. Is that a punny? Is it punny? That might not be a pun. Do I need to learn what puns are?
It does remind me a lot of Love Actually, where it's Christmas is all around instead of love is all around. I just want to talk about Love Actually at any given point.
Dude looks like a lady.
If I was in a band, I would be the guy that makes mouth sounds.
What I actually think that I have the energy of is a bass player. I think I have bass player energy.
You know, you gotta do this. This is, when you really feel the music, it should be like something stinks. Make a face like something stinks. What's that smell?
What would I do? Again, the only thing I know how to do. Hold a microphone and sing. Okay? And yes, could I join Morgan in her tambourine band? Absolutely. I think a 20-piece tambourine band is a fabulous idea.
I think I would be the tambourine player.
And do I believe the beautiful way that Molly's and my voices blend together would enhance this fantastically? Of course.
I would be lead vocals, obviously. Even when I dream of you.
The dulcet tone that occurs when Molly and I sing together is like the angels in heaven. It's like the sirens on the rock. It is like sweet, sweet nectar orally, okay? It's oral nectar That is what happens when Molly and I sing together. Aural Nectar. That's the name of our That's the name of our band. Aural Nectar! Welcome to the Aural Nectar Show. We've got 20 tambourines, and our lead singers, Molly and Breedlove, are going to sing all the hits you've come to love, like Don't You Dare Go On Flight of Passage to the Very End of the Day.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Expedition Everest is another thrilling attraction located in Disney's Animal Kingdom, specifically in Asia.
You'll know it because it's literally a mountain. That if you see a mountain, that's Expedition Everest.
Spoiler alert, it is one of my absolute favorite rides in Disney World.
Expedition Everest is the Joe Rohde masterpiece.
Expedition Everest has a very rich backstory that not a lot of people realize. It's, in my opinion, on par with probably Tower of Terror as far as storytelling goes, but it's not as obvious storytelling, so a lot of people miss it.
Was there like Yeti poop? I'm all for Imagineering, but I don't need to see no Yeti poop. Like, seriously, guys, no.
The natives used to use this train system up the Forbidden Mountain as a way to transport their tea. However, mysterious things kept happening. Trains would get derailed, passengers would go missing.
Yo, there's a Yeti up there.
It'll be fine. Nothing's gonna happen.
Then, a Westerner named Explorer Bob was like, I bet travelers and adventure enthusiasts would like to go up this mountain.
Look at my museum. There's a Yeti up there.
And he started working with a local named Norbu, and the two of them formed Expedition Everest as an exploratory, high adrenaline, thrill-seeking type adventure company.
All I know is we're getting on a train and it's hot and it should be cold. And we're going up that mountain and look out.
Who do you see? Just the Yeti having a dance party. And you're like, oh, the Yeti's not so bad. She just wants to groove to Boogie Fever by the Bee Gees. I also like that song.
If you want a history lesson, sure, I'll give you one. That Yeti used to swing its arm, but it had just about as much power in that arm swing as like a 747 taking off.
But this was no tiki room bird. This was really a big deal and very heavy.
Then the animatronic broke. And it never worked ever again, ever, not even once, never ever worked again.
So now it is known as Disco Yeti.
Boogie Fever.
Because their solution for creating the illusion of movement when it broke was to apply strobe lights to it. And it looks like it's having a dance party.
He is literally frozen with strobe lights. I mean, what's scarier than that?
You know when you have like an issue with your car and you're like, please be something on the outside so they don't charge me a ridiculous amount for labor costs. And then it's something that they're like, yeah, we have to remove 18 other things to be able to get to this. That's basically the Yeti. So they were kind of like, nah.
It was actually a pretty ingenious solution. I can't be mad at it. Especially when they created a animatronic Yeti that swings its arm with the power of a 747 taking off. So that's pretty cool.
The part that sticks out to me the most is not actually Disco Yeti.
Boogie Fever.
The part that sticks out to me the most, and is the reason that I find this ride so fun, is when you go backwards.
Turning that corner and seeing how the track has been.
Track is all tore up. Who did that? We plunge backwards.
No matter how many times you ride it, that's always a fun stomach drop moment.
And it always reminds me of the first time it happened. And I was like, let's go backwards.
And then you shoot backwards at such a speed and an angle that I truly thought I went upside down the first few times I rode that ride. But I didn't. I did not go upside down. Boogie Fever.
Did I survive climbing the real Everest? No.
I think that I don't think I would die. Okay, so yes, because I think that I would give up at base camp like 1.
No. I don't even think I would survive, like, I can barely survive climbing like a hill, and I'm in Florida. It's pretty flat here.
I would just grab everyone and be like, come in, guys. The warmth is here. Come on, Quincy. Girl, you over there shaking. You over there shit. Get it, breed love, get in here.
I'm not sure what the coffee situation is like when you're climbing Everest, but that's really important to me in how I start my day.
Wait, what's in it for me?
Absolutely not. Especially not current state, right? That requires a bunch of training. And anybody here who says they will, I'm suspect of. I'm from the South. I can't mess this up. Hold on.
Hang on to your hats and glasses.
Y'all better get ready for
The wildest ride in the wilderness.
I don't think the laugh is there.
this. Looks silly on my head. Is this for children?
The wildest ride in the wilderness.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is quite possibly the greatest Magic Kingdom roller coaster. For me, it wins my vote every time.
It's a fun family coaster, not very thrilling, pretty tame, a good first coaster for a lot of kids, located in Frontierland in the Magic Kingdom of Disney World and in Disneyland.
In my opinion, this is the roller coaster you graduate to from the kiddie coasters.
As a kid, this was kind of one of the first roller coasters that I was able to go on. And I just thought it was like the most fun thing on earth.
I'm a big kid. I like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
It definitely doesn't have a plot the same way Expedition Everest or Rock and Roller Coaster do.
What's the plot? I know Quincy knows. She's gonna tell the plot.
TNT set off a flood, and there's a flood or an earthquake or something. Anyway, there's some disasters going on, I think. But people don't care because they're having a party and there's a bathtub. I don't know. The chaos energy is strong on Big Thunder Mountain, and it's also strong inside me.
All I know is that this mine train has a mind of its own. A mind of its own? That's funny. A mind of its own.
I just know that I go like this, and I go, wee, and I slam into the person sitting next to me.
Molly laughs the whole time when you ride it with her, and that's endearing. And also kind of scary.
I think the part that sticks out the most to me is the fact that we happen upon a village of individuals who are very clearly in need of help and we just abandon them. Does nobody else feel guilty about that? Just me. It's fine. It's fine. They're gonna be okay.
The man bathing in a bathtub definitely sticks out to me.
For 5 cents, you get yourself a hot bath and a clean towel. And a bar of soap you can use while you're here. That's right, we got a tub waiting for you, sir. Come on in.
The goat is pretty cute.
That goat literally has become a star. That goat, I've seen that goat on t-shirts. I've seen that goat on the Disneyland website while I'm waiting to buy tickets.
I love the goat. That and Bathtub Man are probably my two biggest standouts. But whereas I'm not sure that I'm pro Bathtub Man, I am pro goat.
We abandoned the goat. I'm a fan of the goat. Do we think it's a fainting goat? If it's a fainting goat, then I feel worse because it faints right into a flooded village, and we don't talk about how that ends up. But
But he's very cute and he's pretty iconic. He's just hanging out, he's just like a little goat, but he's there having a good time. And isn't that what we all want? To just be a goat hanging out?
There's gonna be a Disney movie starring Eddie Murphy in the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Space Mountain
Space Mountain
is a roller coaster. It's another indoor roller coaster. It is located in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
It is the first indoor roller coaster at Walt Disney World. It is the first roller coaster specifically designed for Walt Disney World and not one that they copycatted from Disneyland.
It's the big building in Tomorrowland. It's the big, white, very cool building in Tomorrowland.
And it is a fraud. I said it. It is the Matterhorn. That's what that ride is. It is not Space Mountain. It is the Matterhorn in disguise. Don't at me.
The ride building is iconic. It is so cool looking.
I can see it from my window. I can see it with the naked eye, but I can especially see it if I use my binoculars. which I know sounds creepy, that I stand at my window with binoculars, but I do that to look at Space Mountain, to look at Cinderella Castle, and to look at Spaceship Earth. And if anyone would like to come over and see the view from my room, or it's actually on my balcony too, so you don't ever have to come into my bedroom if that makes you uncomfortable.
Whenever I'm going by on the monorail, that is one of the first things that I'll see, and I'll be like, yeah, I am here. I am in Disney World.
Which I understand. I'm sorry I even offered that. I wasn't thinking about being weird. Okay. So, but if you'd like to see the view from my balcony, honestly, the balcony's screened in and the bedroom window isn't, which is why I offered that.
I heard all of the support beams are on the outside, right? All of the lines are, iron beams that are holding up the building.
Thank you, John Hench, who's the person who figured out how to design that iconic ride building with the beams on the outside. And fun fact time! The reason they did that is because they wanted to project stars and comets and things like that. And if the beams were going to be on the inside of the ceiling, the projections wouldn't look right. Like, you wouldn't be able to project a flat meteor because it would have to wrap around the beam. So then John Hench, who's a genius and was an Imagineer and architect, figured out how to put the beams on the outside, which is why you have those iconic white beams.
Okay, it's a better view from my bedroom, which again, it sounds like I'm being creepy. I'm not, okay? I'm talking about looking at Disney World. That's creepy.
I don't think Magic Kingdom would look the same if it didn't have the Space Mountain ride building.
I'm creepy. I just realized it. I'm gonna look at Space Mountain really quick.
It is an attraction that takes you into outer space, where you are an astronaut with no training at all, but you get launched into space.
And I think this ride only goes like 28 miles an hour in the dark, but because it's in the dark and you can't see, it is more terrifying. It feels like you're going 50 miles an hour.
Boogie fever.
The part that always has stuck out to me the most for a variety of reasons is when you are going through that flashing blue tunnel and you're just surrounded on all sides by...
There's a part where you go around in circles a bunch of times, and the noise is like...
Full disclosure, okay? Full disclosure. I'm horrified every time I get on Space Mountain. I am not a small human. I've ridden Space Mountain with the lights on.
And if you've ridden it with the lights on, you will never raise your hands up on this ride ever again.
So I spend the majority of that attraction in a tornado drill pose.
I'm terrified. It feels like my hands are gonna get chopped off, and then my finger ghosts are gonna haunt the people who ride the ride. People are gonna be riding the ride and they're just gonna feel hands massaging them because my hand ghosts are there, if that's a thing.
Not to mention the fact that it jostles you about like they put you in a shoebox and shaking you around. So I'm in a tornado drill and it's not fun. So I get off, my neck's tight, my shoulders are tight, I'm hunched over, I look like Quasimodo, and it's not a fun picture.
Yep, it's still there. And so is the crane for Tron Light Cycle.
I think I would go to space.
No, and no.
Yeah, Elon, hit me up.
I am terrified of space. Everything about it freaks me out.
Space tourism is supposed to be a thing like soon, which is crazy. I wrote about it on AllEars, you can read about it. Space tourism, coming soon. Can we put a link in the description? Is that something we can do? Let's link them to my post about space coming soon, space tourism.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Joe Rody to tell me when we can go. Joe Rody is crafting a space experience, and I am here for it. I am a curious person. They don't call me the adventurous RJ for nothing. I'm here for all the adventures.
Are we all going to space? Is this a new episode of RTT? Because then sure. But I don't think on my own I would ever be like, yeah, let's just go to space quick. Like a team building exercise, sure.
I love Disney roller coasters.
I think over time they've really developed these attractions to be quite unique.
Disney does a great family coaster. Disney does a lot of theming. They do great work on coasters that most people in the family can enjoy.
If you are an adrenaline junkie, Disney parks aren't probably gonna do it for you.
I love Disney coasters as a dad because I can take my kid on all of them. So they're just intense enough that they aren't gonna break you in half like some of the Universal Studios roller coasters do.
They're so much fun and they're so immersive, and I think the theming only adds to the experience, you know?
It's as is the Disney way. It takes what could just be an average theme park ride and completely revamps it into a full experience.
Bye!
You want to experience Space Mountain? Go to Disneyland and you will get your life, okay? Space Mountain at Disneyland has music in the speakers. You sit side by side. You're in an actual roller coaster instead of a tube roller coaster thingy. And it's so much fun. It's incredible.
Hey everybody, it's Molly. Thanks for watching this week's RTT. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you know when new episodes are coming out. If you want more episodes right now, click over to here to watch all of our Disney Parks RTT episodes. And if you want more All Ears, click over here for Breedlove and I doing an experiment throughout Animal Kingdom. Thanks for watching.